Friends, please make sure. Am I on?
It gets better every year.
No.
Can I just be up here and then after I light?
Sure. Friends, please make sure you are within arm's reach of your loving adult. Thank you.
Turn that off now.
Yeah.
We can let kids ages. I think we should. Because the last 15, they're out.
Chag Purim, Chag Gadol hu LaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim. Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Rashanim.
Let's clap. Join us.
Chag Purim, Chag Gadol hu LaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim. Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Barashanim. Should we hear you do it one more time?
One more.
Chag Purim, Chag Gadol hu LaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim. Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Havana Risha, Rash, 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 Barashanim.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Mac.
It is really good to be here to celebrate Purim and Shabbat together. Of course, Purim begins tomorrow night, but we figured why not get the fun started just a little bit early with our own Temple Emanu-El Purim celebration. Just a few instructions before we get underway. Kids, make sure that you are within an arm's reach of your adult. So adults, you should be able to reach back or reach forward or reach to the side and tap your young ones. For our service, there are exits to my left, my right, in case of an emergency in the rear of the sanctuary or behind the ark behind me. Let's take a time right now just to make sure all of our cell phones are off. Make sure Apple Watches aren't going to make any noise. March Madness scores can wait until after this. Really, they can. Let's tune out the rest of the world and focus in on what we have here, which is a lot of warmth and a lot of joy. My name is Rabbi Max Miller. I'm here, of course, with our cantorial soloist, Jessica Tillum, Rabbi Tiger Rachel Miller, and Rainbow Road Specialist, Director of the Diamond Family Religious School, Beth Blick. Your Sederim are beneath your chairs. Take them out. We'll be using those to pray from. In the meantime, we're going to wish Shabbat Shalom to our neighbors, someone who you didn't drive here with. Turn to them, someone that you didn't talk to with before, and say Shabbat Shalom to them. We're going to come back together in just a minute.
Havanarisha, rush, rush,
Rush,
rush.
Havanarisha, rush, rush, rush. Havanarisha, rush, rush, rush.
Parashanim.
And I did not mention, but I should, that if you need a space to get out some extra wiggles or giggles or both, there's the Shalom Sanctuary in the rear right over there where you can hear everything, participate with us, but also if you need to stretch a little bit and move your body extra, there's that wonderful space over there. Now, what's that? That you should go to, that you have to go to with a parent. All right, we're going to rise and turn to page 120 and like to invite up if you are in middle school or high school, if you would please come up here and join us up here as Beth Blick lights our candles.
Ethan, bring your crew up. Ari, over here. Jack, over here.
Right over here.
Serenity, over here.
Right
The
over
candles.
here. Middle school and high schoolers.
I was like, where'd you go, Rabbi Max?
Making room.
Well, who knew we had so many baseball players? Look at that.
We could feel a whole team. And
All
all
right.
honorary Elmo high schoolers.
Beth, without lighting your cloud on fire.
Maybe with help from Ari?
Go ahead.
We bring in the light and love and warmth and laughter of Shabbat.
After the candle's lit. There comes the love and the light and the warmth and the laughter.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
All right, if you would like to light your own Shabbat candles, that goes for you too, middle school and high schoolers. If you would like to light your own Shabbat candles, please walk around, being very careful of the fire and all the tables, and find a candle, Shabbat candle for you to light. If you're not lighting a Shabbat candle, you may be seated. We're going to join together with Shalom Aleichem, page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lai, 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 lai.
Page 138, Lechadodi. Lechadodi is a prayer all about getting dressed up for Shabbat, making yourself look a little bit nicer, bring in the beauty of Shabbat. But today, getting dressed up has a different meaning. And so we might be getting dressed up, making ourselves more beautiful as a tiger or cat, right? Cat? Yeah, yeah. Or or a sloth. However we're dressed up, however we get ourselves ready for Shabbat, we join together for the beauty of this day and this community, page 138.
Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 B'nai Shabbat Nekabelai Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 B'nai Shabbat Nekabelai Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Emanu-El ha'miyuchad Adonai echad, U'shmo echad, Shemo tiferet v'mitehila. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 B'nai Shabbat Nekabelai Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 B'nai Shabbat Nekabelai.
We rise and face the door.
Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam v'simcha uv'tochola, toch emunei, am segula, boi chala.
We face forward.
Dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat Nekabelai, Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat Nekabelai.
Take just a moment to be seated. So, the holiday of Purim, who can name for me arguably the most famous queen in the story? Who's the most famous queen? Esther. We should give a shout out though. Who's the other queen? Vashti. But Esther's going to be our focus, but I want to, a little shout out to Vashti. And it is Queen Esther who is told in the story by Mordecai, her cousin. Some say her uncle. Rabbi Max and I were debating, as the rabbis did and still do. She gets told by Mordecai that perhaps she, Esther, was put into this place in life, was put into the situation she was in because it was sort of meant to be. Now, it's not necessarily an everything happens for a reason thing, not my thing, but that she was in this role because she could do it, because she could achieve something. What's the famous line?
Perhaps you were put here for such a time as this.
Perhaps you were put here for such a time as this. So if there's ever been a moment in your life where you had doubt, one of the things to remember at Purim, especially, is perhaps you were put here in that moment, right for a time like this. Baruch Hu, page 146. We're going to rise. This is our roll call where we say to you, are you here to pray? And you bow back to us and you say, not to us, but like to God. And you say, we are here to pray.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
We remain standing, turning to the back inside cover of our Sidurim for Roll into Dark.
into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Anybody in second grade or below? Come on up, because we need your help with Shema. Anybody in second grade or below?
And if you are, you can come stand up right over here. or
Line
right
up
over
with
there.
Rabbi Max.
Come on up here.
Watch the fire.
Watch the fire. Walk very carefully. Yep. Zolzer. All right, come on forward. Come forward. Come forward. All right, here we go.
All right, friends. So we feel, my friends, you feel your feet on the floor? You stand strong? Stand proud? That's what we're doing when we declare God's oneness. Page 152, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Beautiful, my friends, so that we avoid all of the fire. If you guys could
Everyone
head
turn
back,
around.
turn
You're gonna
around
come
towards
down.
Rabbi Max.
You're going to come towards me, and
you're
you're all
gonna
going to go down this
that
way, just to avoid any unfortunate accidents.
Friends, you may be seated.
Back to your seats.
We're turning to page 154. And in words of Ve'ahavta, we're using our walking feet. We're using our walking feet. I know prayer is so exciting. Prayer is so exciting.
We say these words of Ve'ahavta to remind ourselves of all the places that we get to be Jewish. And one of the most special is certainly here. But we know that we can be Jewish and feel Jewish when we are at home, when we're at school, wherever we are with our friends, with our family. We have an opportunity to be Jewish and use our Jewish values everywhere that we go. We join together in Shema, page 154.
Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta, page 154.
Part of the Shema.
Yeah.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meotecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam me'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem
me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem emet. On page 158, we have our redemption song, our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha, and I was hoping my 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders could come on up. I'm going to need some help with the clapping, with the Mi Chamocha. So you're in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, come on up, y'all.
A 3rd grader, a 4th grader, a 5th grader.
And friends, we're on page 158.
Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai.
There you go.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilo dosei felet, nora tehilo dosei felet. Hanechutecha ra'u v'anecha, bokei hayom lifnei Moshe. Zelianu ve'ameru, Zelianu ve'ameru. Adonai imo le'olam va'em. Adonai imo le'olam va'em.
Thanks, y'all. Head back. Friends, on page 161, we have our blessing of our prayer of Hashkivenu, asking that God spread over us a shelter of peace. Let's join together in the English, please, at the top of page 161. Join me in praying these words. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. And on page 162, we have our blessing of Vishamru. It rhymes, that's why they put it on page 162. Thank you. Okay, so some of you have done this before. Vishamru, it's all about thanking God for giving us, it's a recognition that God gave us Shabbat, that we are supposed to work for 6 days and we rest when Shabbat comes. And we're supposed to acknowledge that rest. When you greet somebody with Shabbat Shalom, it's not just hello, it's a little bit of, in case you weren't listening, it's Shabbat. And so, at those special times in this prayer, to this melody, you'll turn to a neighbor, try to make eye contact, and say,
Good Shabbos.
You'll catch it. Here we go. Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Good Shabbos.
La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit.
We'll do it again. You'll catch it. Now you got to do it.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Good Shabbos.
La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini ubein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Good Shabbos.
La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et hashemayim b'yetaret. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Good Shabbos.
La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. U'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat vayinafash.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Good Shabbos la'asot et ha-Shabbat
Ledorotam berit olam.
We turn to page 164. We connect to our ancestors past and those yet to be. Words of our Amidah, 164. Please rise.
Adonai sifatai tivtachu fi ki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, U'mevdi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol Be'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Melech, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom ya'alu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We take a few moments for silent prayer, even if that silent prayer has some small whispers around us, that's all right. And when we finish those prayers, I invite you to please be seated.
Page 640.
La Yehudim, Hai Taora, Vesimcha, Vesason, Vikar. La Yehudim, Hai Taora, Vesimcha, Vesason, Vikar.
From our book of Esther, the Jews had light, joy, gladness, and honor. And now it is my honor to call up a member of our board of trustees David Bieber. Where'd my microphones go? Oh, no, they're still here. Okay. They're here. I have them. To share with us some announcements. Put it nice and close to your mouth.
Hello, everybody. My name is David Bieber.
Even closer.
Oh, a little closer. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm a member of the Temple Emanu-El board. So welcome to our guests, TE congregants in person and online. While you're here this evening, if you're visiting or if a new member, please introduce yourself to me, the rabbis, and the congregants. The ONEG tonight is sponsored by our generous TE congregants. Also, please be sure to check the weekly TE events and programming email on Mondays for more details about upcoming events. A few programs to note. Stay tuned for lots of fun events coming up in Adar. This Sunday, of course, Purim Carnival with a Cause, Southern Soul Shabbat on April 12th, and market calendars for our 3rd annual Spring Forward on April 13th. Once again, if you have any questions, you reach out to me or the rabbis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Rabbi Max, time to get your workout in. Thank you, David. Because it is time to share the good things going on in our lives. What's wrong? Oh, well, it'll make it. We'll try. All right, sharing the good things going on in your life. So how you do that, you raise your hand. You say, my name is, and then you tell us the good thing that's going on in your life. So for example, Rabbi Rachel, and somehow, where is she? I don't know, but our daughter Zohara managed to put a costume on and wear it all day. So it can be simple like that. It can be something much more grand. Whatever that simcha is, that good thing going on, please share it with us.
I'm Jamie Chosmer, and I just love a throwback to the 80s, so I'm stoked to be able to wear it. Got my arms, got everything. I'm all decked out, and I think it's fabulous. So I'm glad to celebrate Purim with all of you, my favorite holiday.
Thank you, Jamie.
Matt Sylvie, and I got a new job a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to start in just over a week.
All right.
Hi, my name is Ari, and something good that happened to me this week is that I got accepted into my dream school to University of Georgia. Go Dogs.
Yeah. Ari, the pure joy in the video of you receiving that acceptance, I watched it a couple of times. It warmed my heart. We're so proud of you. Surely Nora has something to share. Couple of things.
I'm Nora Florsheim, and I just wanted to let everybody know that we have made, from Sunday's Sisterhood Tribe event, 3,000 hamantashen. So please come to the Purim Carnival and bring $1 so you can buy 3. And Saturday night at Dad's Garage, we'll have some for you to taste as well.
And there'll be some after Oneg tonight.
And some after Oneg.
And there'll be some at Tot Shabbat at 11 a.m.
And Tot
Shabbat at 3 p.m.
And by at Dad's Garage, we mean when Dad's Garage comes here to do the improv show.
All right, looks like we got one more finale. What's it going to be?
I was going to say that.
Who are you?
Oh, hi, I'm Beth. Nora mentioned hamantashen at the Purim Carnival. So everyone should come to the Purim Carnival, bring a friend, or 2 or 5, and there will be petting zoo and bounce houses and game truck and games and all of the fun things that our Tikkun Olam committees will put on, but also there's hamantashen, and you don't even need dollars because we now have Venmo.
Ooh.
That was the exciting thing I wanted to share. Venmo.
Temple Emanu-El has leveled up with our Venmo, and we have an encore.
We've joined the 21st century.
We have an encore, good thing to hear.
Hi, I'm Sari Block, and this is Avery, and she has a boy in her class who moved here this year from Israel. He was living in Tel Aviv, and Avery and I decided to give our train table to the family because they don't have any toys here.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really nice.
Nice job, Avery. All right, I think the last but not least, I see an Addison and Addie with her hand up.
Oh, okay.
And Aaliyah.
Here you go. Tell us your name.
Oh, it died. You got it, Rabbi Max. Your name is Addison. And what is the awesome thing happening?
That I got a new Maggie.
She got a new dog. Oh.
Very special.
Okay, so for all of these things, Rabbi Max, we're running out of time here. For all of these things, we turn to page 648. By the time you get there, we'll be done with the prayer. Shehechianu, thanking God for reaching this moment.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
So on Purim, most years, it's easy to be joyful. This year, it's more conflicted, and you know what I'm talking about. There are easy reasons to find joy amongst us, but also we know that we could easily maybe skip a lot of things on Purim that might feel a little too joyful. But in Judaism, we believe in being able to combine these two very difficult feelings of anguish and of joy. And it's kind of why in our service, we have Shehechianu, this prayer of gratitude, followed by Mishaberach, or in these last 160-some days, that we have been praying for the return of the hostages with the prayer Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael, that we've been able to combine our love and joy for our community with our wish for peace and our wish for the return of those who are held captive. And so we combine these two together in these words of the prayer Achenu Kol Beit Yisrael. We'll read the English after the prayer is through.
Achenu kol Beit Yisrael, Achenu kol Beit Yisrael, Hanatuni b'sara, b'sara u'v'shivya, ha'omdim bein bayam u'bein bayabasha. Hama'akom yirachem, yirachem aleihem, v'yotziei mitzara, lirvacha, u'me'afela leora, u'mishibud lige'ala, hashta ba'agala, u'vizman karim.
Our brothers and sisters, the whole house of Israel, who are in distress and captivity, who wander over the sea and land, may God have mercy on them and bring them from distress to comfort, from darkness to light, from slavery to redemption, now, swiftly, and soon.
And friends, we build on this prayer. We know that there are those brothers and sisters in need of healing and of rescue, and we think of those in our community who are in need of healing of body, of relationship, of spirit. We're thinking especially of Cheryl Ciavardini, Craig Spector, Zvi Ben Natan, Jeffrey Syme, Aaron Silverman, Kaska Mishkogi, Charlie Cohn, Rob Gilbert, Judy Walters, Bill Dudley, Laura Pino Green, Ethan Berkowitz, Barbara Chaliff, Jeffrey Crispo, Aharon Ben Batya, Yehudi Bat Yocheved, Mark Lodinger, Jennifer Herman, Karnina Michal Bat Yitzhak Vitova, and Ken Schiffer. Words of Mishaberach can be found on page 371 in the middle. We ask that you rise. If your neighbor is comfortable with it, wrap an arm around the other, and we join together.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
have a name to share, I invite you to do so as my eyes meet yours. Thank you. 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 Thank you.
Mishabera imotenu mikor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Friends will remain standing. If you are under the age of bar or bat mitzvah, we invite you to carefully walk over to Rabbi Max. Friends staying at their chairs, we'll turn to page 123. We enter the final lap of our service. And we join with Jessica in Kiddush after we get a few more cups out. Yeah, you can go up. Yep. Remember, wait to drink your juice. Watch the fire. Don't drink the juice yet. We owe you a juice.
All right, we join together for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho v'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lamikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-shabbat. Amen.
Drink your juice. All right, friends, and then very carefully turn around so that you can help Rabbi Max to open the ark. Walking feet, walking feet. Who are we missing? There you go, come on. Page 586.
Aleinu l'shaveach ladon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol ha'aretz.
right, my friends, please gently close the ark. And then you're going to exit down the ramp. And you're going to drop off your cup with Miss Beth. Down the ramp, please, my friends. And everybody else, the ark is closed, so you may be seated. That way, Jackson. Hi, Addie. I forgot why we always ask the kids to give us their cups before they go up. I've since remembered. It's Purim. We're living on the edge. You can be seated. You can be seated. All right, friends, I know we're feeling giggly. But we have one more serious moment in our service. To get us ready for that moment, let's go ahead and turn to page 594. If you'll join me on following along as I pray these words on page 594. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools, this, a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. At this time, our community is remembering the life of Marilyn Sue Sloan for the family who is in Shiva'ah for her, and those in a period of Shloshim for Herb Mendel and Elaine Laney Goldstein. And on this Shabbat, observing Yartzites for Morris Bidnick, Joseph Deshenko, Suzanne Eichhorn, Rosalind Eagle, Leo Felder, Alfred E. Finkelstein, Harry Friedlander, Irving Fromm, Rebecca Gelman, Van Hart, Louis Conweiler, Ruth Conweiler, Barbara Carpel, Alex Kaufman, Ruth Kabrinsky, Nella Krupnik, Meyer Lapidus, Adele Lappin, Ronald Margolis, Millie Migden, Jack Harvey Olander, Libby Penn, Dorothy Pearl, Ruth Rhine, Betty Lee Rosenthal, Nathan Rubin, Toby Simon, Paul Valinsky, and Ruth Zelizer. If there is a name I inadvertently mispronounced or skipped, I invite you to share that aloud at this time. If you're in a period of Shloshim, the first 30 days mourning the loss of a loved one, we invite you to rise so we can recognize you. If you're in the first year, Yud Bet, mourning the loss of a loved one, we invite you to rise so we can recognize you. If on this Shabbat you are commemorating a Yartzeit, a death anniversary of a loved one, we invite you to rise so we could recognize you. If it is your custom to rise for Mourner's Kaddish, as it is here at Temple Emanu-El, we invite you to do so now. The words of Kaddish Yatom, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivarach le'olam u'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Tamiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen.
Osei shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imneru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imneru amen.
We join together our braided bread as our braided community together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat
everybody.
shalom, everyone.